Hey y'all, welcome and welcome back. So today's video is like even more exciting than all of my other videos because it's actually a collaboration, which is super fun. So today's video is a like dual effort between me and Enzo from the Junk Drawer here on YouTube. I will of course have his channel linked in the description down below so you can check him out. He does a lot of like doll unboxings, and specifically he does do a lot of male doll unboxings, which I think is really cool because like in general, I don't think that male dolls get as much love as they deserve. Personally, I don't tend to collect as many just because most of the ones that I come across, I don't feel that like they had as much design put into them as the like female counterparts that they have. But there are some really cool male dolls out there, and so Enzo does a lot of videos kind of focusing on those, as well as other videos. Like, I'm not trying to say that's all he does, but if I had to like pinpoint one thing that he does really well, it's focusing on really like showcasing some super cool male dolls, and that does tie in to the subject of today's video. So he has sent me a list of his top 10 male dolls in no particular order, like they're his top 10, but other than that, there's no order to them, and it's my job to rank them. I don't know what his ranking looks like. I won't know that until the video comes out. So like, it's going to be really interesting to see how our rankings differ, because I'm sure they're going to be different. I'm sure that we're looking at different things. But yeah, I'm going to be ranking Enzo's top 10 male dolls today, and then he is also doing a video on his channel. So y'all might know that I love fairies and mermaids, but fairies specifically is what we're looking at today. So I give him my top 10 list of fairy dolls, again in no particular order, and he will be ranking those over on his channel. So once you're done watching here, definitely go check that out and see what my top 10 are and also how he ranked them. And then, you know, I'm filming now, so like once that video comes out, I will put in the comments there what I would rank them as, so you guys can kind of see how we differ there and just have like a super fun time. But yes, that is what we were doing today. Of course, if you do enjoy the video, if you could give it a like, that's very helpful to me. And if you're new here and you enjoy your time, definitely subscribe so you can see more. But without further ado, let me get started ranking Enzo's dolls. I will say there is like some pressure just knowing that these are his top 10. And like, I have to put them in an order. So, sorry Enzo, no offense if I say something bad about one of these dolls. I say that because we're obviously starting with 10, because like we're gonna build up to number 1, right? And so number 10, hold on, I have to get the name right. It's the Lottie Finn doll, Junior Reporter, Sammy. It's just not really my thing. Like, I can totally understand why Enzo likes this doll, because I think the accessories are really cool, and it looks like there's a decent amount of detail with the doll. I have seen this brand before, and I just don't love the faces, so I think that's what's taking me out. Mostly because, in general, I tend to collect dolls that are like teenage to adult in design. I don't really like kids dolls, and I do feel like this doll looks a little bit younger, so that's probably what's throwing me off. So again, nothing terrible. It's not like this is a hideous, ugly doll, and I'm not just saying that to be nice. I really don't think it's hideous or ugly, but out of the 10 that I was given, this one is definitely number 10 for me. Then coming in at number 9, we have the Barbie Color Reveal Mermaid Ken. So this was a Barbie color reveal line where you got like a random mermaid Barbie, and most of them were Barbies, but there was one Ken that you could get, and of course he was the super rare one, because like you gotta make it difficult for the Ken fans, I suppose. I do think this is a really cool design. I like his tail fins. For a doll that is kind of more on the budget line, I think that the fin was executed fairly well. Of course, there is like a lack of articulation that is going to bother me, but he does have rooted hair, which is super nice, and it looks like it's a side shave, which I am a huge fan of. Honestly, there's nothing that I'm like, I hate this doll for this reason, because that's not how I feel. All of the other ones I think were just better, and so that's why he is at number 9. Number 8 might come as a shock. So this is the Lord of the Rings Legolas Ken, and the reason that he is ranked kind of lower, even though I think a lot of people would probably rank him higher, is because I don't like the Lord of the Rings, which is a hot take, I know. Like, I'm very well aware. To be fair, I've never seen the movies, and people always tell me that I need to see them. I don't do well with movies. Like, I don't do well sitting through them, so I'm bad at watching movies in general, and I just haven't ever seen the Lord of the Rings movies, but I have read the books, and I genuinely didn't think they were that great. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's some Lord of the Rings fans that are going to be appalled by that comment, but that's just how I feel. So that's why he's ranked lower, is honestly because of the franchise that he comes from. As a doll, if I try to remove that, I do think this is a really cool doll. The detail on like the bow and his armbands, and he's got like braids in his hair, is really nice. So there's nothing wrong with him, but I can't stop thinking about the fact that it's Legolas, which is going to bring him down. And also, I do just think the ones that are coming up personally appeal to me more. So again, not a bad doll, but he is number 8 for me. Coming in at number 7 is actually a doll that I used to own, and that is Ash from Shadow High. So it's so funny to me to see him on this list because I do agree that he is one of the better boy dolls. I just have such a hard time with Rainbow High boy dolls because of their body sculpt, like, versus their head sculpt. I think Ash is by far my favorite, but obviously not enough for me to keep him. I did end up selling him. Their bodies are just so ripped, like unbelievably ripped, and then I feel like they have kind of baby faces, and it's very jarring to me. I think if one of the two sculpts is a little bit different, I would like them more. But that being said, Ash did have amazing clothing pieces, many of which I have kept for restyling purposes. And again, he was absolutely my favorite Rainbow High or Shadow High boy. So I get why he's on Enzo's list for sure. And you know, this is a respectable place. Number 7 could be a lot worse. For number 6, we are actually looking at an LOL OMG, and that is Prince B. I do think this is an amazingly designed doll. Like, he's a really, really good one. I feel like all of the elements are super interesting and cohesive and detailed. Y'all know LOL OMG typically has very detailed dolls, and it's really cool to see with them that as a brand, they don't put less detail into their male dolls, because I feel like a lot of the time that's kind of what happens, is that the girls get a lot of detail, and then the male dolls are kind of like iffy on the detail. And I love the fact that LOL OMG puts just as much effort, it seems, into their boy dolls. It is really funny that this is on Enzo's list, because out of the LOL OMG boys, Prince B is not my number 1 pick. So it's like funny to see how our opinions differ, but I do think he's a really, really solid doll. I had a little bit of trouble at this point from like place 6 onwards trying to organize them, because I think all of these next ones are really, really good dolls. He's just like barely got edged out by the other ones coming up, but he is super cool. So I understand Prince B. That one I can get behind. For number 5, we have the Bratz Collector Cameron doll. And this is a good doll, y'all. Like, I don't always like the Bratz boys. Sometimes I think they look really uncanny, but I think this is a really nice one. Again, with the side shave, which is interesting to see, but I do like it. I like the way the hair is styled on his body, and he is a collector level doll, so all of his clothes have a lot of details. It's really cool to see that he has like a whole second outfit. Again, not something that I feel like you always get with male dolls, and it's really cool that he got that attention. I just appreciate, again, all the details that he's got going on. He's got like a bag and everything, and I think for a Bratz boy, he's like one of my favorite Bratz boys out of the ones that come to mind. So he made it to number 5 for me. Now, number 4 was surprising, because if I were to like try to tell you some of my favorite male dolls, this is one that would come up for me. But the ones that Enzo presented to me were even better, right? So like he only made it to number 4, and that is Porter Geist, which again, so funny, because like I love Monster High. I actually do love this doll. I think Porter is an amazing doll. And before getting Enzo's list, I might have said that he was like one of my top male dolls, but now I'm like, I've been introduced to so many cool ones from this list, and also just from his channel. But Porter still has a special place in my heart, so he definitely deserved his number 4 spot. I think his overall design is really fun. His like faux button-up shirt is really cool. I just think he looks really sick. I don't know. I can't put my finger on why. Maybe it's just like a Monster High bias, because I do love Monster High. But he's absolutely amazing. We are into the top 3, and this is where it got really, really competitive. So this is the King of the Crystal Caves, Ken. And this was part, I believe, of the Faraway Forest line. I couldn't think of it for a second there. Enzo did an unboxing and review of this guy on his channel. And this is just such a good doll. I actually have the gift set from the same line, where it's like a wedding set with a Barbie and a Ken, and I love that one. So it's no surprise to me that like the rest of the Faraway Forest line was really, really cool. And this male doll is just amazing. I love the crystal accents, like the little blue. The cape is so luxurious, and the sword, absolutely incredible. I get it. Coming in at number 2 is another one that I would have named even without Enzo's list, and that is Ocean King Ken. I love this doll. Like, if he weren't so expensive on the secondhand market, I would probably want to buy him. I think this is such a fun design, a collector merman Ken. So cool. Love the color of his scales, all of the iridescence, y'all already know I'm heavily into. And then he's got like a little bit of almost an armor piece going on. I just think it's really fun. It's really cool to see a merman pen that has this level of like detail and attention put into it. Because obviously we had a Playline one earlier, which was cool, but this one is objectively cooler, right? I just love it. I think this is so, so awesome. Sometimes I really do wish that I was just made of money so that I could justify buying him, but I'm not, so I will continue admiring him from afar. And that brings us to the number 1 doll. So this is the Integrity Toys Carnival Gala in Venice, the Lucas doll. Y'all, I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't really follow Integrity Toys because I know that they make some beautiful dolls and I don't have the budget to like those dolls. And so it's easier for me to just like not pay attention so that I don't know what I'm missing out on. Now I know at least one that I'm missing out on, and he's amazing. Like, I'm speechless. I literally don't know what to say. Obviously, with Integrity Toys, they put a lot of detail into all of their dolls because they are all intended for adult collectors and they're supposed to be very detailed and luxurious. And you can very much see that in Lucas here. Like, the pants and the matching kind of cape situation that's going on. The pink flouncy shirt is amazing, and the lace detailing, I don't know what to do with myself. And then on top of that, I think the face sculpt is so beautiful. It's so well executed. I love the red hair. I love the style of the hair. There's literally nothing about this doll that I don't like. So while I hadn't heard of it before, I am not shocked at all that it was on Enzo's top 10 list. Like, he's just amazing. I need to finish the video. Like, I need to keep going and keep talking, but I just want to sit here and stare at this doll, which is bad news because I can't afford to want him. Obviously, like, he's already been released, but I can't afford to want any Integrity Toys dolls. I shouldn't be looking at this, but I just can't look away. He's so beautiful. So yes, those were Enzo's top 10 male dolls and my ranking of them. I think that there were some really, really cool ones in there. Like I said, I haven't seen all of these before, and it was really fun to be able to get introduced to some of them. Some of them I knew existed, and like they just exist out of my budget, but still really, really nice dolls that I can appreciate. I am curious and also a bit nervous to see how he ranks them and like what his actual ranking is, and to see how much we differ. Just because everyone does have different opinions, obviously, and so it's like fun to see how different people would rank the same set of dolls. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. I do hope y'all enjoy. As I said before, definitely hop over to Enzo's channel to see him rank my top 10 Faery dolls. I clearly haven't seen it yet because like I'm still filming and you'll be watching this in the future. But I'm so excited to see what he thinks of these dolls because I don't know, it was hard for me to even rank them within my top 10 and figure out which one was my favorite, so I'm very curious to see how he does with that. But yeah, I hope you were able to enjoy this video, I hope you enjoy his video, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye guys!